We're going to be jumping in the 738 Zibo style. This is the United 738. I just updated it to 2.26S Sierra. And so it's got the latest software on it. Also, there's a brand new FMOD that just came out. I think it's a 10.8 or 11.8. So I just put in a brand new FMOD. I'm not sure exactly what the big differences are going to be with the FMOD, but it's supposed to be pretty cool. So yeah, well, that's what we're going to be flying up to Charlotte today. And should be about an hour-and-a-half flight. We do have some ATC coverage on the way up with Atlanta Center, and we should have approach and tower for Charlotte waiting for us when we get up north. So this should be good. Anyway, welcome aboard, everybody. Let me jump into it real quick here. Here we are, cold and dark. And let's just jump up front and start the startup process. We can turn on the DC power, standby power, and the emergency lights can come on immediately right away. We do have ground power available, so let's kick on the ground power. That's good. And immediately just start aligning the IRSs so we can have that ready to go when we start filing our flight plan and stuff. And let's see, 5 minutes or less is what we have it set to. This particular Zibo does not have the RG mod or any other mod. It's just a straight Zibo. I usually, when I update this airplane first, and then I will do the other airplanes if the update is good. Yeah, Mike, I did download the Frontier livery, so I do have that for the A320. We might look at that later on. Let me come down here and set up the initial ref so we can align the IRS. Init ref, go to page 2, copy the GPS over, and hold on, go back, page 2, copy. Yep, now we're in, and then we're going to do KTPA. Clear that, we don't need that. Yeah. And from Tampa, we are going to go to Charlotte, KCLT. As a matter of fact, I have everything pulled up here. If you guys are interested in looking at that, let me just put this in real quick. We'll get to the route page. But I do have all the flight planning I did ahead of time, so you guys can see exactly what I used to work with. But I don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to this. SimBrief is what I use to do all my flights. And if you guys never used SimBrief before, this is a page you get where you fill out all the information that you need. And we're flying United 2806. This is 738, Tampa to Charlotte. Flight level 370 is what it gave us. Flight time 121, and this is the flight plan that we have. We have already filed it with VATSIM, but there's no coverage down here. And then once you spit it out, it gives you all the info you need about the fuel, the weight and balance, how many passengers you need, the cargo, and the cruise wind, and things like that. So that's what we're going to be using to set up the airplane today when we get out of here. And as far as the charts are concerned, we are sitting over here at airside A in Tampa. We got the Simlink on, and I think we're going to be using runway 1 right for takeoff, or 19 left. Not sure yet. We'll look at that. We'll see. But that's where we're sitting right now on the Tampa airport. But let's go ahead and set up the airplane. Let's get everything all set up and all punched in and ready to go. I'm anxious to see what kind of changes they made to the FMOD. You can actually come down here and start the cargo load, then start the passenger load. Apparently with the cargo load, what I read from the menu is that you can actually hear the galley people come into the galley and the baggage loaders and things like that. So we'll see how it sounds. I hear some sounds in the back, so that's probably what it is. Ankit Menta, welcome aboard, man. You just did Newark to Tampa, but you had an emergency in Charlotte due to fuel. Wow, that was crazy. Man, you should record your flights so we can watch those. I love watching flights, but welcome aboard, man. H.R. Saint, welcome aboard. Here in Tampa Bay area. Yeah, the photo image is very nicely done with the order photo. I'm going to redo mine with a higher zoom level. I just did it as a flyover, but since I'm going to be flying in and out, I'm going to redo it definitely. And yeah, the water approach over centipede is nice, I guess. You're on VetSim too. Alright, let's put this in real quick. We're going to get AMG is the first waypoint after the SID. And then Juliet 85. And then from Juliet 85, Twins, 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 cool. And we're going to do PONZ, PONZE. And that's it. Activate that. You can really hear those people in the galley punching stuff back there. Interesting. And as far as the departure is concerned, looks like SimBrief is suggesting, based on the winds, that we're going to be using one left for the departure. So, one left, Baypost 7 to AMG transition. Execute that. And then the arrival into Charlotte, right now it's saying that we're going to be using the runway 23 on the Banker 2 arrival. ILS 23, there we go. Yeah, we'll do a Jeff's transition for now. Alright, so those are all our legs in. Perfect timing, the IRS came up. We can just run through the plan real quick, make sure we're good. So one left is going to make us take off up north. Let's step through this. We get vectors to the first waypoint. Then Bapo, Finke, Wilton, PONZ. Alright, so we got a discontinuity here. Let's get that. That's cool. And keep stepping through. Yeah, it's really important that you go through all your flight planning way before you take off, so you don't have any problems in the air, as I've learned in the past. And basically we're going to overfly and vectors back to the airport. Looks good. What I might do, since there's no ATC, I might take out the vector and just do direct think. Nah, we'll leave it. Make it as realistic as possible. Alright, so the flight plan is in. It sounds good. Let's load up these passengers here. Bring those passengers on board. There we go. Also, we can look at the fuel while we're right here. And load in the fuel and CG. I'm just going to set this up real quick so we can look outside the cockpit. Alright, because it's an hour and 30-minute flight, the total fuel for this flight is going to be 14,762, so 14.7. It still amazes me how many pounds these airplanes carry and lift off, man. Uh-oh, 14.7 is actually going to be here. Fuel. The payload is going to be different. Payload is 36.3. Yeah, I do hear the passengers coming on now. And my zero fuel weight should be 128. Perfect. Alright, so we're good. Do the init ref. We got our gross weight in. We got our zero fuel weight in. The reserves.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. We do have a very full flight today. If you have more than one carry-on item, please place the smaller item underneath the seat in front of you. We'd like to be able to accommodate everyone's carry-on bags. You don't have to check in here at the last minute. So again, please place an item underneath the seat in front of you. Good evening and welcome aboard.
Ah, good announcements. Alright, so that's new. Alright, and going back here, our reserves for this flight was 2.4, call it. Cost index based on SimBrief is a 26. And our cruise altitude on this flight is going to be 3... What are we looking at?
Welcome aboard. As you find your seat, please stow your larger carry-on luggage in the overhead bin and place any smaller items under the seat in front of you. We suggest stowing your rollerboards on this aircraft with a handle in first.
The wind is going to be 244.063.
Know if you need any help. On this flight, we offer personal device entertainment, one of United's private screening options. a headset, just let a flight attendant know.
And the temperature outside is going to be minus
Going to use your small lightweight devices
54
such as mobile phones,
degrees.
tablets, and e-readers. While we're parked at the gate, larger devices such as laptops and DVD players may be used until we're ready to depart. At that time, they must be stowed either under
Gonna do a
the seat in
slight
front of you or
D-rate
in the overhead
takeoff.
compartment.
95, that's good.
Seated in an exit row.
Flat 5 takeoff is good.
Exit row responsibilities on the
Got our
safety
CG
card.
set up,
Flight attendant will be
and
turning here
our
shortly to ensure you're
trim is
comfortable with these
4.76.
Flight attendants, please brief your
137, 138, 146. So it's going to be 159 on the climb out. Just call it 160. There we go. All right, so that's all set up to go. Let's look at a couple of things here, by the way. Turn on the fuel pumps because we're going to kick on the APU and start the packs. We should have done that before the passengers got on. Also, position lights can come on. Turn on a no smoking sign. And go ahead and turn on the window heat. And cruise altitude, was it 370 we're going up to? Let's put that in here. Alright, so far overhead looks good. We got the appropriate lights on. APU is firing up. Let me listen to that APU fire up. Yeah. That's good. It's coming up. What's going on, Mike? Yep, we are in the United 737 right now. That's what we're going to be flying out of here. And if you guys are wondering what weather we're using today, couldn't help it. I actually went back to X-Enviro. This is X-Enviro 1.07. Yeah. This is 1.07. Weather is nice with X-Enviro. It's smooth. The wind changes are good, and the clouds look nice. So I was having a little issue with the weather loading with Flight Sim Global, where the weather was just keeping too clear. So I went back to X-Enviro for now. Keep watching to see if they update 1.09 to be better, but I'll stick with the older version for now, just because, I mean, I don't know. But I like how it looks. It looks beautiful. Colors are nice. It was a simple weather add-on. All right, where are we at? So we got trim was 4.76. Let's just set that up now. Trim's good. How comes I don't hear any trim wheel sound? Menu, advance, audio config, features, trim wheel mute is off. Trim wheel is on. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I just don't hear the sound for the trim wheel. Let's see if there's a trim wheel volume. No, don't hear it. Funny. Yep. Looks like we're all set up though. We are ready to go. And I got my head tracking to work again, but I'm using something different today. I'm actually using what's called Face Track No IR. And what that is, I don't have to wear a hat. I don't have to wear a tracking thing like Track IR. It's actually doing like a facial recognition. So once I have the camera pointed at me, I could just look around normally without anything at all. Let's turn on the APU real quick. Get that started up. And we can turn on the packs. There we go. Turn on the bleed. The packs are already on. And let me just turn on the electric pumps and check out the temperature. It is hot in the cabin. We need to cool this off a lot. Passengers must be pissed. Yeah, we're all over 32 Celsius. We need to cool that down like real fast. So let's actually do that. Yeah, alright, well, temperature's going to come down soon. Alright, and unlike the Airbus, this thing is fairly easy to set up and ready to go. I think we're done. We got our flight plan in, we got our weight and balance in, and we got everything in this airplane that we need. Passengers sound like they're comfortable. Mike, you're asking if I was planning a long vacation or a long flight, what airline would I choose? It would be, I wouldn't want to go cheap on a long flight. If I had my way, it would be comfy and it would cost some money. You know, Emirates has one of the best first class, as you guys can see from videos and stuff. I would have to fly business air first if I had my way. Definitely. Alright. Alright, let's just get the captain to make a quick announcement real quick, and then we'll set up and get out of here, because we are ready to go.
From the cockpit, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain today. On behalf of the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard. In just a few more minutes, we'll have all the doors closed and ready to begin our pushback and taxi out for an on-time departure. During our taxi out, our flight attendants will be showing an important safety video demonstration of the equipment on board the aircraft. I'd like to thank you in advance for your attention to that video. For those of you that are interested in listening into the communications between us and air traffic control, United Airlines is the only major airline that will allow you to do that. You'll be able to tune into Channel 9 of our audio entertainment system, and we'll have Channel 9 available for you once we begin the taxi. So we'll be doing everything we can to make this a safe and comfortable flight for you. Thanks and welcome aboard.
That's not a bad announcement at all. I'm flying United, and I chose a United specific announcement, which is cool. And what the captain just said about having ATC available on Channel 9 in the airplane, that is true. United does provide you ATC, so you can hear the airplane communicating with the ground, the tower, the departure, everything. It's pretty cool. They really do have that. Because I've flown them a whole lot, and that's one thing I used to geek out about way before I started flight simming. So, hey, it's all good. All right, we need to set up our pushback, but before we do that,
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
I guess we're going to be pushing back this way. Yeah, we can push back here. We're in the alleyway of some sort, I think, so we'll just push back here. Hop over to the taxiway. That sounds good to me. And then we can follow along on the charts and see where we need to taxi.
Tow is driving up.
Alright, once the tow is driving up, that means we're going to get ready to get out of here. We can turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. Like that.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Alright, let's turn on all the fuel pumps. We're going to need those. Good to go. And what are we squawking? 7273, squawk mode Charlie. And then we can close up the doors, turn the anti-collision on. Here we go.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all calls.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, go ahead and connect, sir. Ah, look at the reflection. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I like that. Obus's Games, welcome aboard, man. Hi. Yep. I'm hoping to have a good flight too. Definitely. Hoping to have a good flight out of here.
So connected and bypassed and inserted. Release parking brake.
And before we release parking brake, I just need to check one more thing. Make sure I didn't pull up the ATIS on this. Let's see what the weather is in the ATIS. sim brief is saying that in Tampa, 10-mile visibility, 0606 knots, and altimeter 3005. Okay, I can live with that. Let's get back to the cockpit and do 3005. All right.
Exit row responsibilities on the safety card.
Start our
if
pushback.
you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, please contact the flight attendant. Be happy to find you another seat. Thank you for your attention and welcome on board.
Alright, here goes jet bridge. There goes us. And what we can do is turn off the packs. No, don't want to do that. Turn off the packs. There we go. Not to bleed. And then we can start up engine number 2. And it looks like we do have a rotation on 2, which is good. And let's see if we can hear the sound back here.
We would like to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the aircraft for a brief but very important safety message about the safety features, please.
Alright, 23% N1, we can give it some fuel. Here we go. And we got EGT rising and N1 rising, that's good.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for flying United today. We appreciate your attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Please switch all smart...
Let me open the cockpit door. I want to hear that announcement. There we go. Perfect. Alright, we got starter cut out on 2. Let's start engine number 1. There you go. Perfect. And let's watch this engine spin over.
Your flight attendants will advise if it's necessary to turn off and stow your device. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt should be fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release. We suggest you keep your seatbelt.
If this is too loud, guys, let me know, please, okay? Alright, parking brake time. We can go ahead and set that right there.
Disconnecting tow.
And introduce fuel to the engine.
Please ask a flight attendant to be reseated. This 737 is equipped with 4 exit doors, 2 on each side of the aircraft. When opened, slides will automatically inflate.
Alright, so we got 2 good engines. Engine 1 is stabilizing. Engine 2 was already stabilized. We got starter cut out. So let's go and bring on the engine jets. There we go.
If you must evacuate the aircraft,
and we can turn on the pitot heat. And we can turn off the APU bleed and turn on the engine bleed. That's good. As the cabin continues to cool down. And turn the packs back on.
Has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, and we'll set these to continuous. Turn off the APU, we don't need it anymore. We'll come up here and turn on the yaw damper.
Make sure your mask is secure before helping others.
There we go.
You'll find a life vest under or near your seat. When directed, pull the tab to remove the pouch. Tear it open, remove and unfold.
Yeah, it looks like I got to do a little bit more fine-tuning to this head tracking, but it's not bad. Alright, perfect. Here we go. Alright, let's do our flap. 1, 2, 5. Flaps coming down.
You can also inflate by pulling into the tube at shoulder level. Smoking is not
What's up, Basti? How you doing, man? Welcome aboard. Flaps are out. Yeah. We gotta close this door. This is too loud. Let's do that. Perfect. We know they're making the announcements. That's better. Peace and quiet. Alright. Trim set, flap set. We are squawking. Standby. We can go RTO on the auto brakes, and we can turn on the taxi light, and we'll start our taxi out. And let's see where we are on the airport and where we need to taxi to. Alright, so we are here and we're going to be taking off runway 1 right, so I guess we got to go to taxiway Lima to Juliet and make a right on Charlie, cross runway 10 and go to Papa. Okay, so first left, first right, cross over the runway, go to 1 right. That's where we're going to be heading. And that will make us get out of here. Alright, let's do that. Alright, as you roll out of here. Awesome. Yeah, nice scenery. I like the scenery. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to make a left here on Juliet. Then a right on Charlie. There we go. Alright, we got nothing coming to our left. And we got nothing coming here, so we can make that turn. Yeah, this roll is really nice. Good deal. Alright. Yeah, this thing taxi is really smooth. I like that. And we're gonna do a right on Charlie. That weather keeps going in and out. I'm not sure why. Why am I looking at the back of the seat? Alright, perfect. So we're going the correct way, which is good. And we are cleared to cross over runway 28 and runway 10. We got nothing doing. Perfect. And let's turn on the weather radar, even though probably not going to have any weather here at all. A little bit of Southwest taxi here, speeding on the taxiway, I'm sure. .737 is just a beautiful airplane, man. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, we're coming up to the end. Let's sit down the flight attendants.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
There we go. Arm the auto throttle. LNAV and VNAV can be armed.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, let's turn on the flight directors first before we arm the LNAV or VNAV for guidance. There we go. Good to go. And we can start the clock and get out of here. I don't see any traffic on the radar. Let's get out of here, folks. I think there's a RAS announcement for this airplane, like a mod, so you could tell you which runway we're going on. I'm considering putting it on the Zibo airplane here. I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Alright, we're ready to roll. And 1. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Checked. Almost come to V1 here.
V1, rotate.
Whoa, short runway. Alright. Nose coming up off the ground.
Positive rate.
And gears coming up. And we're going to follow the runway heading on this as we head out of Tampa. Nice.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go checks. And let's increase our altitude. 10,000. A little bit of turbulence coming out of here. All right. Let's do heading select on this. And bring on the autopilot here for a sec. Because we need to vector ourselves to Fink. Bring up the flaps and bring up the speed. Alright, now we're directly ahead to Fink. Bring on the LNAV. Shoot out of Tampa. Perfect. Nice. Alright, so we're climbing 2,700 feet a minute, 3,000 feet a minute. Yeah, I gotta adjust that camera there, Mike. My head tracking, it's not working the way I thought it would work. Not a problem. We'll abandon it for now. And it's a pretty straightforward departure here as we head out. Got some traffic up ahead, about 6,000 feet below us as we climb out. But we're on the west coast of Florida. You can see the coastline off to my left and inland off to my right here. But we're climbing out nicely. Yeah, this side of Florida, other than the highways and stuff, out of the city is all swampland. There's not a lot of homes out here. You know, it's almost like the Everglades. Yeah, we got some turbulence. What's up, Scarpy? Welcome aboard. Yeah, the scenery's not bad, though. That is true. It is not bad.
1,000 to go.
Alright, we got 1,000 to go. Let us go up to 24,000 feet for now, and then we'll do our final cruise altitude after that. Oh, it's bumpy. What's going on? Alright, so we're at 10,000 feet. We can bring the lights off. And auto flight. Let's check our climb rate. We are climbing. Cabin altitude is good. So no way, that's good. We didn't even put on our strobe lights. That's no problem. And cabin temperature is coming under control nicely. Good to go.
Greetings options, sponsored by the United Plus Explorer card, on-demand movies, and the seat back in front of you. If you need to have a headset, we'll be happy to provide one once the captain lets the flight crew get up from our jump seat. After you connect to the United Wi-Fi network, go to unitedwifi.com. You can access united.com and the United app free of charge.
Mike, you're asking what's that rapidly moving, like 26, 27, just moving on the other side of the speed? I'll look at it here in a second. I'll let you know.
A variety of complimentary drinks, wines, craft beer, and other alcoholic beverages for purchase. In United Economy, a variety of snack boxes and refreshments are available to purchase, as well as freshly prepared meals from our bistro onboard menu. You can find more details about the menu in the back of Hemispheres magazine or the Seatback Guide. We accept most major debit and credit cards, including those
It's a long
with the
announcements, man.
MasterCard, Discover, or American Express logo, as well as the Mileage Plus Explorer Visa card. We now invite you to sit back.
Yeah, Scarpy, the FMOD makes this way more believable.
If there's anything we can do
Absolutely beautiful.
to make your flight more comfortable.
Alright, so we got the speed here, 270 knots. Over here we got the altitude, and then we have the climb rate. Maybe that's what you're looking at right here. It's climbing at 2,600 feet a minute right now. So that could have been what you're looking at, Mike. Not sure. Over here, of course, is a clock. So this is the climb rate indicator. You're climbing up, or when this goes down, you're going to be heading down. Unlike the old one, I had a dial that shows you how your climb rate was. So. Alright, but so far so good. We're coming up on transition altitude. And 18,000 feet, we can go to standard. There we go. We're at standard altitude here. Perfect. That's better. Alright, so we are all good in the overhead here. Cabin altitude continue to climb. We don't have to worry about that. Speed's good. Awesome. Basically, we're heading up the west coast of Florida, then cut across Atlanta airspace and go over to the east coast. We're doing. Now, it looks like Atlanta Center just went offline. It's all good. No problem. We don't need ATC to make our flight nice and exciting.
Thousand to go.
Alright, 1,000 to go checks. Let's set our final cruise altitude. to flight level 370. All right, 370 on the dial. Looks like I might have loaded XNVAR 1.09 by accident. I think that's what I'm looking at here. Huh. I'll be darned. No, this is 1.08, I think. No, it's 1.09. Look at that. Alright, real mode is set. Optimum is set on that. Alright, we'll work with that for now. It's not a problem. Yeah, flying above Florida is definitely always fun with Scarpy. I love it, the scenery over here. Mustafa, love flying. Welcome back, man. Yep, so we need some tailwind. Right now we only have 30 knot crosswind, but it's fine. Yeah, this FMOD and airplane makes everything just real, man. It looks so good. Even the you know, I have to give it, the clouds look good too, you know. Everything looks good. That wing flex is a little bit too much. Not sure where that's coming from. Unless it's really bumpy out. Oh, you know what? I think you could turn down turbulence in XNVAR now. Let's see. External clouds, effects. Let's try lens flare. Lens flare doesn't work. It's all good. Alright, we're at flight level 370. 7,000 feet to go. And then we can turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. Almost forgot. Off on the auto brakes. Store the gears here. We did have the lights off already, which is good. Turn off this screen here because we don't need it. Let's see, what's my temperature like? Temperature's getting good now. Cool it down just a little bit more. Get that trim here on too. Yeah, this new FMOD sounds even better than the others. The engine sounds good. The announcement sounds good. Everything just sounds good. Passenger chatter. It is real. Nice. All right, let's see. Captain announcement. I wish they automated the announcements from the captain. The very first FMODs did have that where you didn't have to manually do this, but I wish they would automate them back the way they had it before. Check out the PBR reflection on this steering wheel here. Look at that. If you've ever been in a real cockpit, that's exactly how shiny whatever this metal or whatever looks. That's nice, man.
1,000 to go.
It's actually reflecting the light off the primary flight display. And both sides are like that. Yeah. Wow. They got a nice job with that.
Seatbelt signs off, gives you an opportunity to move out. Do ask while on your seat, though, that keep those seatbelts fastened for your safety and those value. So we get closer, we'll update weather gate information. Enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Nice announcements. Let's do that. So as normal, let's see where we are in our flight and how much time we're going to need to top of descent. 248 miles to top of descent. 2257 Zulu. So that means we have 30 minutes cruise. Not a bad cruise. Perfect cruise. That's what I like. Those clouds really do look real. It really does. And there's just the right amount of haze on this thing. Too bad X-Enviro can't get the weather radar and the rain effect working properly. That would be make it just the number one. That would make it the number one weather engine for X-Plane. Let's go ahead and speed up our cruise altitude here. Make it 0.80. And actually, we gotta do /0.80. There you go. Much better. We got a scene reload coming in here. Ripped frames. Yeah, this visibility is exactly what it looks like in real life when you're flying. You're not able to see 20, 30 miles into the distance. Some rock quarry pit or something down there. Okay, cool. Funny enough, when I fly in real life, I spend most of my time just staring out the window, looking down on the ground. So we can check out our progress, see where we are along the way. We are, let's see, just coming out of Florida. Probably the Jacksonville area is over here. And Atlanta Center's up there. Okay. Still got a ways to go. 30-minute in cruise. And we can check out the Charlotte charts. And later on check out our arrival into Charlotte and what this arrival is all about. Alright, so we are way early in the flight. Yeah, John, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, this is a new FMOD. So far so good. It sounds good. I can't tell you exactly what it is they changed in it, but the announcements that I have here for United is perfect. It fits everything properly. Engines did sound good. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read to see exactly what it is they were doing differently, but it's nice. It definitely is. See, this FMOD is the, I want to say it's 11.8 or something. Hold on. How do I get back there? Let's see. 3.26S is a Zibo mod. And then, how do I get to the FMOD to see what it is? Not sure. I want to say it's 11.08 FMOD. Oh, here it is, sound pack, 1104 Zulu. 1104, that's the sound pack that we're using. And by the way, this is the default Zibo, now, because you have the RG mod, you have the 900 Ultimate mod, and there's another one out there. I don't remember the name of it, but this is just the Zibo by itself on top of the X-Plane 737. Nothing special about this one. It's got normal wingtips, no split scimitars or anything like that. It's got the regular interior. And then the cockpit is the regular cockpit color. It's not a dark texture or anything. So what I do normally is set up, when I do any updates, I do the regular one first. If the regular Zibo works and it's good, then I'll update the RG mod, and then I'll do the Ultimate whenever. Well, Ultimate is different. They go slower in the updates. So. So today I'm flying actually real time in the sim. So now it's 6:36 p.m. East Coast time, and let's see the progress page. See what time we're going to be landing. So we're going to be landing at 23:25 Zulu -5. That's about 6:25. We're going to be landing just when it starts to get maybe a little bit dark out or sun starts going down. Is this correct? No, this can't be correct. No, that can't be right. This is not real time. Ah, I thought I had set the sim to real time. No, this is actually an hour behind, I think, or 2 hours behind. One of the two, yeah. 17. Yeah, this is an hour behind. Not bad. Thought I hit the fasten seatbelt sign. I hit the no smoking sign by accident.
Switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Or did I? There it is. Nah, did that wrong. Oops. One thing with this livery, it just gets washed out in the sunlight because it's white. There she goes. Since we're not going to have any ATC coverage, I'm going to go ahead and throw on a little bit of music here in the background. Not sure if you guys caught the stream last night where I was flying from Atlanta up to DC with the flight factor. Got the new IAE engines, got the Spirit livery on it, but that wasn't the interesting part. The interesting part was first attempt at landing on the River Visual 19. I had to do a go around because it was just a long landing. Came back around again, did the River Visual landing again, and landed that one, but at the end of that, for some reason, either my auto brakes didn't work or my reverse thrust didn't work, ran all the way off the end of the runway. I think that's the first time it ever happened to me. When I was thinking about it after the stream, I'm like, I don't ever remember running off the end of any runway at all. It was the weirdest thing. It was funny though. It's on YouTube right now. I have it up, but I was laughing at it when it happened. But I was like, man, I've never ran off a runway, not flying in a stream at least. But yeah. What's up, Black Knight? Yep. I landed in the river. Well, landed on the runway and ran off the end of it into the river. That was something to behold. Can't believe I did that. But I mean, I did kind of sort of edit the video a little bit, so you know. But that was funny though. So I guess I can't win them all. You win some, you lose some when it comes to landing and stuff. I have to imagine though, I was thinking about it, that for pilots who do that river visual first or second time, I mean, it must be way easier in an actual airplane to do than it is And I'm probably thinking that there's a bunch of people thinking the same way you're thinking right now in getting a hand of that motion sim. It's probably going to be packed. I was considering actually going to Flight Sim Expo next month. I'm not sure yet if I'm going, but I've been thinking about going to the Flight Sim Expo. That's something I'm going to think about to go. Alright, let's do flap 30, 144. So we have VREF is 144. Okay. So let's call it 145 on the VREF. Let's check one more thing. Let's see what our land altitude is going to be. Touchdown zone is 747, I want to say. Yeah, elevation 747 is going to be the touchdown elevation. And our decision height is 1,100 feet. Alright, so 747 we'll put in here, 750. Good. And our decision height is 1147. And I did say it's going to be 2992. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. And we can set the radial altimeter to 1147. I don't think I've ever used this in this airplane before. Good to know it's there. Let's set this one over here to 992. Good to go. And top of descent in 40 miles. We can reset our MCP altitude down to 12,000. Actually, now let's do initial one. Is going to be 22,000, below 22,000 for now. All right, so let's kill the music, start making our announcements. Let's do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
All right, and let's turn on seatbelt. Awesome. Alright, so we can do a recall check. We have the land altitude, which is set. There we go. Auto brake, we're going to set to 2. And let's see, we have our landing rep. Runway is a 7,500 foot runway. Auto brake 2 should be good enough. I don't want to blow the tires like the last time. We have our speed set 144, flap 30. It'll probably be +5, make it 149 on the landing. We are good there. So based on my internal checklist, or the checklist is in my brain, I think we are set up for the descent on landing. I think we are. Good to go. Is there a bug in the airplane? It's showing data on the waypoints even though I didn't press the data. It's interesting. What's that about? Yeah, it's showing all the waypoint information even though I didn't. There it is. It says flight level and speed at the waypoints. So that's a bug I gotta report. If I press that button, that's how it should show, but I didn't press that button. Interesting. Or maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't think so. Yeah, because now with the ND is cluttered. Descent should be coming up here shortly. A few miles. Black Knight, you said I flew the Red Fusion 1969 737-200 full motion sim at UGLL back in '86. Wow. The graphics were sparse to say the least. It was only with the 300 that cars and definitive scenery made an appearance. So back in '86, there was really no graphics, you're saying. It's just the instrumentation. Yeah, I can imagine. Wow. But somehow people still knew how to fly. I learned to fly without the graphics that we bitch about now in X-Plane for a desktop sim. We're like, oh, my graphics card is not good enough. You know, I don't understand. Alright, here goes our descent. Let me go ahead and pull some speed brakes out. Here we go. Alright, descending at 3,000 feet a minute. Put the speed brakes back in. And we have Atlanta Tower, DC Center, Atlanta Ground on board. Okay. Nothing that interests us as far as ATC coverage. It's the reason I felt really stupid that I forgot to set the pressurization on the 200 here and X-Plane. I can imagine, man. It's a whole different thing. I guess once you sit in a real cockpit, just all the tactile feedback that you get is what makes it works for you. Yeah, there's a bug in 3.26S. There it is. That's the bug right there. It's showing the waypoint crossing restriction twice Yeah, that's a bug. Finally found a bug that I can actually report on the forum. I'm going to screenshot that. Took a screenshot. I'll post it up on the org when I get a chance, if somebody else hasn't done that by now. I need a little bit more drag. Coming back on profile, which is good. And this is the reason why I don't update all the airplanes all at once when you get bugs like that. So now I can just switch over to the other one, fly that, knowing that it's going to be okay. I didn't check this approach. I need to check the approach real quick. With this approach, we're going to be landing on this runway here. So, okay, we got to go to Scup, Dobsy, Ric Flair. Woo. So Stuck, Dubsy, Ric Flair, Woo. Let's see if that's what we have here. Yep, Stuck, Dubsy, Ric Flair, which is a famous wrestler, and Woo. So we get, okay, alright, so let's see how we're landing. That's good. Wow, John, you haven't flown in 2 months? Yeah, I would be having withdrawal symptoms at this point if I didn't fly in 2 months. I seriously would be having withdrawal symptoms. I don't know, man. Which graphics card do you? I feel bad for you. Which graphics card are you hoping to get? A really high-end one, or just one to get you by? Because if you can, do like me and just get the 1050. The 1050 Ti is what I have, and it works. I don't have my graphics at the highest settings, but it does work. Yeah, Black Knight, that's true. You know, the graphics looking outside the airplane is just a what you call it. It's just eye candy, basically. Is having the tactile and automatic response to emergencies, and just flying the airplane is what you need. So you are absolutely right about that. But that's what we all complain about. I don't have the latest graphics card, man. I don't know. Yeah, 1050. You want a GTX 1050? That's what I have. Yeah, the GTX 1050 is what I have. I think at the time when I bought it, it was like 130. I want to say. I have no idea if they increased the price on it lately with this Bitcoin madness thing. Well, not madness, but people are using Bitcoin to graphics card to mine Bitcoins, and it's just getting ridiculous. unfortunate that us simmers have to suffer because of Bitcoin, you know. Alright, these are some rather new clouds in X-Enviro 1.09. Some new clouds. Alright, what's going on with the speed brakes and the throttle? Alright, let's put it halfway. I think the speed brake's a little bit too effective. Yeah, that's off. Alright, flight detent. Alright, we're at standard altitude. Switch over. See, look, a cloud like this should pick up on a weather radar if it was working properly, and that's the problem with X-Enviro that I don't like. Oh, prices of the cars are coming down finally. Oh, that's good. You had a 1 gigabyte GTX 460. Yeah. I started with a 500 megabytes, then a 1 gig. I went to a 2 gig, and I finally said, you know what, I'm going to go to the 4 gig with this 1050. And it made a world of difference, I have to tell you. Since I've had this 1050, knock on wood, the sim has probably only crashed maybe once, and it was because I was switching airplanes, but, you know, hey. Welcome back, Mike. This is the same flight, but we're landing in Charlotte now. We're heading to Charlotte, so this is the same flight. Interesting cloud. Interesting. That is interesting to look at. I mean, I'm tired of talking about weather and X-Plane. Maybe, whatchamacallit, Rex, Sky, whatever can get on board. It's pretty to look at, though. It's impressive. Yeah, it's the first time I've seen a cloud like that in the sim. That is nice. Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of cool. That is actually kind of cool. Oh, it says rain in Charlotte. Check the edits, didn't say anything, but... Am I hearing thunder? I think I am. Could be. Yeah, I think I heard some thunder there. Whoa! That's thunder. Oh! Oh yeah! Oh shit! Look at that! Holy crap! I'm right in the middle of a thunderstorm. Yep, there it is. Now it's gone. Look at my speed. I've never seen this with X-Enviro. Oh wow. And now it's gone. Oh, you're right. You did tell me. Alright, so speed's good. We're still on profile. Let's bring it down to 8,000 for now. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, that was just a pop-up thunderstorm. We apologize for the turbulence. Hopefully it didn't spill your coffee on yourself, but we should be good to go now because the clouds are gone. Admin, welcome aboard, man. This is X-Plane-11. Thanks for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate the support. Jed Hurtis, welcome aboard. Good question. What we have is called an FMOD sound pack that you can download and add to the airplane for free. And it's available on the org store, and it gives all the passenger announcements and things like that. Alright, let's see, where are we? Okay, so we're going to be heading downwind here shortly, 250 knots, and we're still on profile, which is good. And coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll hit the lights. And so for now, this weather's got me scared. Alright, we could stow the speed brakes. We don't need them anymore. See, this is the love-hate relationship that you have with X-Enviro. I mean, look at these clouds. These clouds are nice to look at. But it just can be so crappy sometimes. Yeah, Mustafa, I thought the weather radar didn't work at all with X-Enviro, but apparently it can pop in some weather every now and again when it wants to. Black Knight, you said you have the 1066 gigabytes. Wow, that should be cool. You got before the run on the graphics card, it was 350 euros. Wow, it's about 400 bucks. And that was before the big enough to run. But that's a lot of money, man, for my budget. Oh, Mike, you're saying that, see what I was talking about? It's like it says 12,000 feet and you said it's like 8,000. Yeah, I'm setting the altitude, if that's what you're talking about, to below what I need it to be, because the airplane is descending by itself on the VNAV mode. Yeah, Mustafa, it's funny. Just tell the passengers, relax, no big deal. Don't mind the shaking and the wing flex going on. It's just normal. Alright, let's pay attention so we can get this downwind here. We need to pull up the charts real quick. And we want to intercept the ILS. Let's see how far out. Okay, 6,000 we can intercept. That would be about 18 miles out, or 4,000 at 11 miles out. Here we are. We're going to go downwind and come back. So if we intercept at Atel, that'd be 4,000. So right here will be 4,000 to intercept the ILS. So that's what we're going to shoot for. So let's make it 4,000. And Atel is here. If you look at it, Atel is right there. So that's where we're going to intercept. Yeah, it is bumpy. Wow, it's turbulent out. I'm pissed that I can't hear the trim wheel though. Airplane is almost struggling to keep up with this. Whoa, look at that. We can see land. There's the airport right there, off to my right. Here's downtown Charlotte. So we just popped out of the clouds right below where we're supposed to. So we're landing on this runway. So we're going to go downwind and come back and land on that runway right there. Pretty nice. Awesome. Alright, let's go back up front. Pay attention. Yeah, Mike, as John says, that's exactly right when you said it. I'm going to go vertical speed mode on this so I know exactly where my 4,000 is going to be. So make it 2,000 feet a minute. That's good. We're going to reduce the speed to 210 knots. And we're below 10,000. We can bring on the fixed lights. That's good. And let's use some of the speed brakes here to get the speed down. Alright, so basically we're just heading downwind right now of where we need to be. And speed's coming back nicely. And reduce this to 1,500 feet a minute so we can get the speed all the way down. Nappy here, boy. Welcome aboard, man. Thanks for joining me. Go ahead, everybody. If you're just joining me for the first time, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Alright, so we got a traffic out here to our right, about 15 miles out, 4,000 feet below me. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem. We're past where we need to be at 4,000, so we're going to go heading mode. And then we're going to make a right turn. And do heading select. Hit that right turn. Turn the airplane. And that's going to have us go towards the localizer. And we can turn it all the way back around to Intel. There you go. Bring it to 200 knots, and we're going to bring out the flaps as soon as we can. At about 210 we can start bringing out the flaps. Keep that turn going. Alright, so we are below the glide and we picked up the localizer. We can hit the VRR loc and go flap 5. Okay, so flap 5 rolling out there. Good to go. Alright, landing speed is going to be 144 plus 5, 149 is going to be the ref. Alright, speed's down nicely. So we're 15 miles out from the airport. We'll keep the speed up until 10 miles. We'll drop to 180 and keep going down from there. Alright, here comes the localizer. We're joining the localizer now. Perfect. And once we join, we will hit the approach button, pick up the glide slope. VRO lock is set, we can hit approach. And we are 30 miles out from the end of the runway. Good to go. Let's bring our speed back to 180 knots. And no traffic in sight. $10 miles out currently. But yeah, right now, Mike Aviation, I'm not online. There's no air traffic controller on board, so they're not talking to me. So I'm directing myself. So I'm still on the network, but there's just no air traffic controller at this point. We got downtown Charlotte right there, off to our left. Okay, so
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending.
Lights full.
Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight.
Ding the cabin.
On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
Alright, let's bring the speed all the way back. We are 6 miles out. We can drop the gear. We can bring the flap out too. And we're going to land at 149. Let's go to final landing speeds. Flap 25 and then flap 30. Alright, flap 30. It is bumpy, so should be interesting. Auto brake set, gear down 3 greens, spoilers armed.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. $1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Good to go. Alright, it's very windy. Got a 17-knot crosswind right now. So, it's got a crab angle. I'll disconnect autopilot at about 500 feet and land this thing. Hopefully properly. My airplane. Alright, got one white, one red.
400.
16-knot crosswind from the right.
300. 200.
22-knot crosswind. Come on, X-Enviro, really?
100.
Flight is slow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, bringing those down. It's a short runway. Alright, slowing down nicely. Go to manual braking. We're all over the runway here, but that crosswind was ridiculous. Wow.
We'll be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the
And
seatbelt
let's
sign is
exit
turned
right
off.
here.
Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to welcoming you again on another flight.
And go all the way down to the end and then turn back and come back here. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do we got? What do we got here? Why are we upside down? Come on. There we go. Okay, see what happened there. Apologize. Good to go. Yeah, we're just going to roll all the way to the end and taxi into the gate there. Yeah, 14 Gustin 24. I think I didn't update the ATIS that I got here. Let's turn on the APU. Perfect. Turn off the auto brake, can come off. Turn off the landing lights and the retractable lights. When the turn off lights can come off. And APU is coming up. We go to auto. And we got no traffic, so we can turn to the right. And we can go turn off the strobe lights. And taxiing into our gate here. Turn off the pitot heat, the cool beans. It looks like we got a, what's that, Delta taxiing out in front of us. Welcome to Charlotte, guys. Never a dull, uneventful moment. 737 Delta. Awesome. There she goes. And let's make a right here. And we're going to pull it up next to the US Airways airplane up here. APU is available. Turn on the APU bleed, turn off the engine bleeds. Good. Let's see, that gate is occupied. Yes, it is. We got a gate all the way around to the other corner. So we got to go around that. Taxi in there. Not a problem. And we can stop the clock. 1 hour, 60 minutes. Not a bad flight time. Should have been 1:20, so we did make up some time. Going faster than we had to, which is good. This airport is covered with US Airways. I've been out of business for so long. Alright, so here's our gate coming up. And we can turn off the taxi light so we don't blind the marshals. Alright. Stop it right there. Turn on the parking brake. Engine 2, engine 1. Can spool down. Perfect. And we can turn off the anti-collision. Turn off seatbelt signs.
Arrival and cross-check, thank you.
Turn off the window heat. Oh, that sounds good. I like that. So Zibo just fixed the bugs in the ND. Okay, cool. 3.26 T's out. Perfect. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, that's an updated sound for the FMOD right there. That sounds good with the engine spooling down the way it did. Let's turn off the yaw damper. And what else? I think that's it. Everything is off. We have reached where we need to go. Of course, Black Knight, it's never a dull moment on our arrivals to any airport that we fly into. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Charlotte. Thanks for joining me on this leg. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're joining me for the first time. I appreciate it. And that was a nice flight. Nice, interesting flight. No complaints at all with it. Good to go. All right, so we should stick with the 737 because I think you guys prefer the 737 over the Airbus. I think you guys just prefer that. So I think we should just stay here in Charlotte and head from Charlotte up to, I'm not going to go to DC again. I'll probably go up to New York this time. New York Center is on, and we could probably just go to Charlotte LaGuardia maybe. Or Charlotte, Philly. Let me see which one I want to go to. And while I'm planning where to go, I think I'm going to take this airplane. Let me just put on a little bit of music in the background. Kill that music. Alright, so we started the loading process all over again. Go to init ref. We're gonna go KCLT. KLGA to LaGuardia. And then we're gonna loading a route or wait fuel and get out of here as quick as possible. Alright, and the route is going to be Raleigh-Durham, RDU. And from Raleigh, J55. From J55, HPW. And then J191. J191 is a route, is an airway. And then to PXT, then Carrefour. Activate that. Departure is going to be the Barmy 3. Raleigh transition. Runway 23 for takeoff. Execute that. Arrival in New York right now. SimBrief is saying that we should be landing on runway 22 in New York via our Carrefour. I think we are at PXT. Yeah. ILS 22. There we go. Execute. And then we could run through the flight plan here real quick, make sure that what we're filing is what we're going to get. Let's just step through this real quick. Takeoff runway 23. And then we get vectors to Meshi, RDU. Yep. We're all good. And let's put on the weight and fuel in this real quick. No, let's not do that. Fuel is 16.8. And then the payload for this is going to be 41.6. So that makes us 133. Yep, on the zero fuel weight. We're good to go. So now we can do init. Our reserves is going to be 2.5 again. It's about an hour extra worth of flying. Cost index is 42 on this one. Burning more fuel. And I think we said flight level 350. 350. Cruise wind on this flight is 272.040. Man, it's a lot of setup. I can imagine doing this the whole day as a job. That's all you're doing is landing and setting up flight plans every leg. Now one of these pilots gets bored sometime. It's going to be negative 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, a lot of pilots get three legs a day, sometimes more. Alright, outside air temperature is 22. D rate. There we go. Flat 5. CG 4.93. 141, 142, 149. Make it 150, 159, 164. Ooh, it's raining. 164. Here comes that nasty weather coming through. Oh yeah. We're gonna have some nice weather coming out of here. All right. Let's start our boarding process and get out of here.
From the cockpit, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain today. On behalf of the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard. In just a few more minutes, we'll have all the doors closed and ready to begin our pushback and taxi out for on-time departure. During our taxi out, our flight attendants will be showing an important safety video demonstration of the equipment on board the aircraft. I'd like to thank you in advance for your attention to that video. For those of you that are interested in listening to the communications between us and air traffic control, United Airlines is the only major airline that will allow you to do that. You'll be able to tune into Channel 9 of our audio entertainment system. We'll have Channel 9 available for you once we begin the taxi.
Give me 1 second, folks.
We can to make this a safe and comfortable flight for you. Thanks and welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. As you find your seat, please stow your larger carry-on luggage in the overhead bin and place any smaller items under the seat in front of you. We suggest stowing your rollerboards on this aircraft with a handle and first wheel route. Let the flight attendant know if you need any help. On this flight, we offer personal device entertainment, one of United's part of the screening options. The headset, let a flight attendant know, we'd be happy to provide one. You may use your small, lightweight devices such as mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers. While we're parking the gate, larger devices such as laptops and DVD players may be used until we're ready to depart. At that time, they must be stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Seated in an exit row, please review the exit and flow responsibilities on the safety card. A flight attendant will be coming through shortly to ensure you're comfortable with these responsibilities. Flight attendant, please bring your
Alright, I'm back. I think all we need to do now is just to set up the pushback and we are going to be out of here. I think that's all we need to do. Give me a sec to make sure everything right. Alright, so we had weight and balance set. We had captain announcement set. Overhead is good. APU is running. Cabin temperature is fine. Window heat is on. We need to set that again. Fuel pumps are already on. APU is running. And we have steady. Alright, cool beans. Alright, let's set up the pushback and get out of here.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Let's see, runway 23. I think that's going to be our pushback right there.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Oh, we got Charlotte Tower on board. 118.1. We need to call them up. Didn't notice. I think he just gave me clearance. I missed it. Let's turn on a fast seatbelt sign. Beacon 6306.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until clear items are properly
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All passengers are seated.
Alright, doors for manual cross check.
Flight attendant, footsteps departure, cross check, and all call, thank you.
If I do say so myself, that was a quick turn. We did a better turn than Southwest does. As long as we set everything up correctly, I think. Well, we gotta set the trim. Trim should be 4.9. There we go. We need this page on.
Tow connected and bypass pin in service. Release parking brake.
Alright, before release parking brake, let's make sure that we are on the right part of the airport and where we're going is correct. Siami, what's going on, man? Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us.
If you need help, ask the flight deck. I'll be happy to assist.
Start exercise.
You may use your
And
small
you may
lightweight
start
devices
engine.
such as mobile phones, tablets, and e-riders while we're parked at the gate. Large devices such as laptops and DVD players may be used until we're ready to depart. At that time, they must be stowed either under the seat in front of you or an overhead compartment.
Alright, let's get this airplane started up.
Connected on today's flight. You can access United.com free of charge.
Turn off the packs.
And monitor connecting flight information.
And let's start up engine number 2.
And are reserved for our Mileage Plus Premier members or for customers who have purchased these seats in advance. If you'd like to purchase Economy Plus seating on this flight, please ask a flight attendant for more details. If you're seated in an exit seat, please review the exit
Alright, we got ground.
on the safety card. If you're unable
And we
or
got
prefer not to
N2
perform these
rotation
functions,
is good.
please contact the
That's
flight
good.
attendant. Be happy to find you another seat. Thank you for your attention and welcome on board.
Alright, so we got 20% N1, 20% N1. We can put in the fuel. Listen to that engine spool up. There we go. Awesome.
In just a moment, we'd like to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the aircraft for a brief preparing one safety message about the safety features, please.
Alright, starter cut out on 1. Let's roll up engine number 2. And we got rotation on the N2. Perfect.
Welcome aboard. Bienvenidos a bordo.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for flying United today. We appreciate your attention as we demonstrate.
And we can introduce fuel.
Please switch all smartphones, tablets, and e-readers to airplane mode, or disable cellular technology for the duration of the
Oh, it's nasty out now.
takeoff and landing. Smaller personal electronic devices must be secured, and larger laptop computers must be switched off.
Alright, let's pay attention.
For international destinations, your flight attendants will advise
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
your device.
Parking brake set.
Whenever the seatbelt sign is
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout is good. We'll wait till this engine stabilizes. And engine is stabilized. We can get gens on the engine. Beta heats can come on. Cruise altitude is going to be 350 on this flight. Turn on engine bleeds, turn off APU. We can turn the packs on. Go to continuous. Turn off the APU. Cabin temperature is good. Now we're going to go to flat 5.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Now let's close this door here. It's safety announcements is annoying. There we go. Door's closed. Look, we got some stuff on the weather radar. Yeah. There goes our pushback truck. He's got his pins in his hand. Perfect. We are good to go. Brakes RTO. Recall check. We got to turn on our yaw damper. There we go. Yaw damper is on. Recall good. Trim set. Flap set. And auto brake is set. We just need to call for taxi. Let's see, so basically if we're taxiing out to runway 23, it's probably going to give us taxiway Mike all the way to 23. I'm thinking that's what he's going to give us. Oh, we have ground control on 121.9. Okay. Ground control is on 121.9. Let's switch over to ground. And we are squawk mode Charlie, so that's good. And Charlotte ground, United 2806, with the weather requesting taxi to runway 23. We're at 121.9, yeah, 121.9. Charlotte ground, United 2806, with the weather requesting taxi runway 23. Maybe I'll go back to tower. And Charlotte Tower, United 2806, requesting taxi to runway 23 with the weather.
United 2806, runway 23 is closed. You can taxi runway 18 left via Mike Charlie.
18 left via Mike Charlie, United 2806. Alright, so we're going to go 18 left then. Left, execute.
United 2806, advise you have current agency information on board?
We have weather on board the United 2806. Alright, so we're gonna go to straight ahead left on Mike and then left on Charlie to 18 left, so we got a runway change. Not a problem. We can deal with that. I think this is Mike taxiway coming up right here. Yep, we're gonna go left there. And then, yeah, this is Mike. And then another left on Charlie. I have to tell you that I love this windshield effect, man. I kind of look forward to this stuff when I fly. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of weather to make it interesting. Over there, all the big heavies, and we're gonna make a left up here on Charlie is the next left. Good. Traffic. We are good. Awesome. I think the Zibo mod from Mac Captain Shami is when it comes to the files you're dropping in, you got to make sure it overwrites the old files. A lot of time Mac just adds it to the existing files. You got to make sure it overwrites it. Alright. Let's sit him down. That night lighting and the lights just look beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, pay attention here. Pay attention. Good to go.
United 2806, flight runway heading, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 18 left, clear for takeoff, United 2806. Alright, LNAV, VNAV can be armed, or the throttle can come on, and start the clock. And we're getting a runway heading, nothing there. Speed up these wipers here. All right. Lights, camera, action. Forget how good X-Plane night lighting is. Here we go. And one. Checked.
B1, rotate.
Rotate. Nose is up. Gears up. As we head out of Charlotte. And we gotta maintain runway heading. Almost forgot.
United 2806,
1000.
now using my airspace, no further ATC available at this time. Frequency change to advisory approved, have a great flight today.
Thank you very much for your services, United 2806. Good day. Awesome, look at that. Ah, that's beautiful. Let's just keep this climb rate going. And we can do full flaps up. Maintain runway heading.
To go.
And let's get this up to 12,000. Oh, awesome. Look at her go. All right, I'm gonna go direct Weshi. Execute that. We're gonna make a left turn out to Weshi. LNAV and VNAV can come on as we make the left out. That is beautiful. Yeah, definitely you're right, Black Knight. If they could bake that effect into the sim like they do with the heat effect from the engine, that would be that absolutely would be a beauty to look at and behold. You know, Vulcan, when it comes out, it's gonna be good. Look at the horizon and the colors, man, and the cloud. This one to X-Plane is just beautiful that way. Alright, let's see what we're doing on the flight here. We could turn off the windshield wipers. That is gorgeous. Look at the sunlight coming through the cockpit. Alright, 8,000. We could do that. We're not quite at 10 yet. We could turn off the runway turn-off lights. Retractable lights can come up. And we can go to auto flight on this and just kill all the lights. There we go. Good to go. Look at the light in the cockpit. Look at the shadow. Yeah, here comes the turbulence. It's getting bumpy getting out of here. Whoa, look at the engine. That's way too much turbulence there. That's the turbulence that we went through coming in here. (10,000 feet). Make sure that our cabin altitude is climbing, which is good. It is. And we are set the cabin. That's cool.
1,000 to go.
Alright, and let's bump this up to 24,000 until we get clearance to go higher. Yep, climbing through the clouds.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened in the event of unexpected turbulence. Please be careful when opening the overhead compartment. We ask that you use the lavatories located in your cabin, and please don't stand near the lavatories in the galleys. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. For everyone's safety, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. We're pleased to offer personal device entertainment on our United private screenings option.
Nice.
If you need to have a headset, we'll be happy to provide one once.
Yeah, integration is a nice thing to have, man. Where the rain bends the image. Oh, if we had that, that would be good. That would be good. Flight factor is fairly good with its depiction of the weather and the windshield effect. I like that.
To use other apps and websites, you can purchase an internet access plan. We will be serving a variety of complimentary drinks, wines, craft beer, and other alcoholic beverages for purchase. In United Economy, a variety of snack boxes and refreshments are available to purchase, as well as freshly prepared meals from our bistro on-board menu. You can find more details about the menu in the back of Hemispheres magazine or the seatback guide. We accept most major debit and credit cards, including those with a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American
United has
Express
some
logo,
long
as well
announcements.
as the Mileage Plus Explorer.
Are we getting rain at this
card.
altitude,
We
really?
invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the service on
What's the
today's flight.
outside air
Let us
temperature?
know if there's anything
2
we can
Celsius.
do to make your flight more
No icing.
comfortable.
No icing problems, so we should be alright. I'm gonna enjoy this though. This is pretty here. Get a screenshot of that. Did I just do video record? Toggle. I think I just hit the recording function of X-Plane. How do I turn that off? Oh, here you go. Control space, yeah. Perfect. Ah, this is so gorgeous. That horizon looks good. I don't care who you are. Thank you, X-Enviro. I mean, if you can ignore this cloud ring right here and ignore that, just look outside. Look at that. That's beautiful. See, X-Enviro is just so close to getting this thing to working properly and having perfection. They're so close. So close. You just need to do a little bit more and clean it up, make it simple. They'll be alright. I mean, that wing view is just gorgeous. Timmy Osunkaya, thanks for the subscribe, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for following the channel. I'm sure gonna provide you guys much more content on a daily basis. Thank you so much. I do have the file for AudioBird 1084. It's saying it's not available. I wonder why. It's interesting. I do have the file though. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share it, but I do have it. I got it a few hours ago. Go. Are you trying to hit the link from the org store? I'm sorry, from the org forum. Go into the 737-800 forum and click the link from that and see if that works for you. That could be the reason why. All right, let's set our final cruise altitude, which is flight level 3. Was it 350? Yep, 35,000 feet. And we passed standard altitude. We could set that here. Here we go. That sunset is going to be beautiful over these wings. It really is going to be. Alright, so we are heading north. Turn off RTO. Let's turn up the lights on the panel overhead. I guess you guys are going to get to see some night lighting in X-Plane for once. Something that I haven't done in a long time, because usually don't fly at night on the sim because it's kind of boring, but let's just turn up some lights here. And get the lights here up. Alright, good to go. So we got some lighting in the plane. Keep forgetting how beautiful X-Plane lighting is, man. Just naturally in the sim. On this flight, Xiaomi, I think it was a 1 hour 20-minute flight. The time in the sim is 1 hour behind Zulu. So it's quarter after midnight Zulu time in the sim right now. So this is a sim time right here, 0014 Zulu. Local time East Coast is going to be 8:14. Actually, you know what? Yeah, 6:14. 6 or 8, I don't know. That's a Z time there. I'm confused now. Yeah, it's 1:15 now Zulu time, so we're 1 hour behind. Got the moon coming up. And we got some traffic coming towards us. 30,000 above. Right. Okay, no factor. Oh, you need to contact DC Center. 13372. And good evening, DC Center, United 2806, flight level 330-4350.
United 28 Washington Center, good evening, sir, squawk 0560.
Squawk 0560, United 2806. And let me hit the ident button. Cool, so he'll be able to see me at least.
Yeah, 2806 Washington Center, good evening, sir. Radar contact. We can come to the southwest of the Raleigh VOR. And can you say your altitude again for me, please, sir?
Currently 30,700, going up to flight level 350.
Yeah, 2806, no problem, sir. Welcome aboard.
Roger that.
American 1118, the river to enter 9 o'clock, 5 miles, port site.
I guess he wanted to verify my altitude
Yeah,
because
we have
of
the
this
American
airplane
1118
here.
American 1118,
But we should be alright.
approach runway 19.
He's going to be about 10 miles to my
American
right,
1118.
so he's no factor.
Envoy 221 handed you off a while ago, sir. Contact New York Center, 5.32. I didn't hear it. If I don't control it, you don't lose the
Yeah, I don't like the wing flex on this plane. It's a little bit too aggressive. I don't know. My estimation. Nice cockpit. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Thousand to go.
1,000 to go checks. It is bumpy out, you could tell. Yeah, it really is turbulent out. That's what's going on the East Coast.
American 1118, 8, runway 19, clear land. 19, please. Still 27 Mike, is going to maintain for rebound.
Shaman from flight deck here. Seatbelt signs off, gives you an opportunity to move out. Do ask on your seat though that keep those seatbelts fastened for your safety knows about you. So we get closer, we'll update weather gate information. Enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I hope you guys don't mind the night flight in the sim. I know you're not going to be able to see much outside. If you guys want, I can change it back to some more daylight later on.
Traffic at your 9 o'clock, 4 miles, Airbus A20 on final for runway 19 reporting space. Delta 27 Mike, Washington.
Alright, cruise altitude is achieved. And we have 259 miles to go to top of descent.
Delta 27 Mike, the river.
So that's about 30 minutes from now we're going to be descending.
Delta 27 Mike, clear visual approach runway 19. The correction, clear river visual approach runway 19.
And let's actually speed this up to 0.80 on the knots here. Let's try 0.82. There you go. And where's the progress page? See how that works out. Look at the horizon, man. That is beautiful. We got some X-Plane night lighting coming out too. We could turn off the wing lights, turn on the logo lights instead. There you go, much better. So one thing I could tell you, there's no sim that can produce that. None whatsoever. That's out right now. Forgot that I haven't flown at night in a long time. Look at that sunset going down. Just gonna leave it right here for a minute. You guys can check out the sunset. See, there's a city right below us right there, and in the distance is a sunset. And that's going to be a screenshot. I don't care what anybody says, man. That is just beautiful. Beautiful. Let that just sit right there and admire it.
DC Center, American 1118, clear up 19er, short of 22 at Juliet. 1118, walk to Washington, exit right when able, sector ramp, get Juliet, cross runway 4. Juliet, cross runway 4, American 1118. Delta 27, light, wind 208, runway 2, correction, runway 19, good land. And DC Center, American 1118, thank you for the ATC. Have a great night.
That's another screenshot opportunity right there.
You too, sir. Take care. Thanks.
He's going to go on my desktop. I'm actually enjoying this scene right here. It's beautiful.
Washington Center, about 629, on the road. Delta 692, Washington Center, good evening, interior clear to the Atlanta Airport. The correction as filed, maintain 5,000 level 3. Come on, Mr. Ray. Can you give me a better cruise altitude, sir? We'll take 290.
Yeah, Black Knight.
You're going westbound.
I don't care how cramped the cockpit is. Doing a jump seat ride is one of the most memorable things I've done in my life. Especially when you get in and the captain says, hey, there's a headset behind me, go ahead and grab it. You grab that headset, you put it on, and you just try to absorb as much as possible of what's going on in the cockpit with the ATC audio. And I was doing this way before Flight Sim, or I even have an inkling that I was going to be doing Flight Sim. I have old videos of that stuff.
Departure is going to be on 133.72 plug 0554. Already clear to Atlanta file of field and temperature review 0554. Delta 692, reback correct, put the start trend, stress and third call for taxi, expect from lane 24 for departure.
How do you turn down or turn off the cabin lights in the Zibo? Anybody knows? Or can the lights be turned off or turned down? Be interested to know. I'm just giving you guys all screenshots tonight. Seriously. Like, look at that. One more screening. That is ridiculously good. Oh, the cabin lights are auto? Okay, alright. Not a problem.
Folks, 27 Mike, welcome to Washington. Exit right when able. Thanks for ramp via Juliet, cross runway 22. Have a good night.
Yeah, I gotta say, X-Enviro nailed that cloud on the horizon look. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Just gonna watch the sunset here. Alright, what's going on in my cockpit? Cockpit is good. Got some lights on in here that... let's close the cabin door. Let's do that. Let's turn off the circuit breaker lights. We don't need that. That's off. That's good. Let's see. Where's the service intercom? Right, there's the dome lights right here. That's if I light it up, which I don't want to. Let's turn that off. Good deal. And then we can actually turn down some of these lights. Background light can come down a little bit. The ADS flood, FDS flood can come down. And turn down some of the screens too. That's good. That is good. I don't think I've landed in New York at night in this sim either, so this should be interesting. Should be. Give me 1 second there. I gotta go turn off the light in this room. It's giving me a bad glare on my monitor. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sun's almost gone down. Well, it's behind the horizon now, so. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting on the right side of the airplane, you're seeing pitch black. And if you're on the left side, you just happen to get a nice sunset there a few minutes ago, and you can watch the horizon disappear also. We should be descending in about 15 to 20 minutes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight into New York. And I'm sure somebody will be getting some nice views coming into New York of Lower Manhattan. See ya! I gotta dim these displays now at night. Yeah, a little too bright for my taste. There you go. It's much better. don't like him too bright at all. I think for me, doing night flights, it's just better when I dim everything. What do we have down here? Is that an airport? Yeah, we got some roads down here. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they definitely nailed it. They nailed it right. Yeah, the AFDF's flood is here now, right there, this one. But I did turn it all the way down. Let me... that's for this, the glare shield, I think. That's the background, okay. I think the background is a little bit too sensitive. Yeah, it's better. If we go one more notch with it, it's almost...
For taxi via Alpha Golf. Alpha Golf 24.
Alright, 120 miles go to the top of descent. That's about 14 minutes to go. We'll be heading down. Yeah, I used to jump seat in 757s where at night flights, man, they dim out that cockpit so much. Only like critical instrument is on, you know, and you could see the stars lit up at night. But they would turn those instruments way, 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 way down. No, not 757s, I mean 747.
Washington Center, good evening. Delta 1963 on the ground out of Richmond, requesting an IVR clearance from Boston Airport.
Delta 1963, Washington Center, good evening, sir. You're clear to the Boston Airport as filed 5,330, 1097, departure 15 on 138.72, 0531.
Take clear to Boston was filed. Expect 3301017 Park Street 2133.2, squawk 0531, Delta 1963. Hey, copy on the altimeter, expecting runway 16. We will call, push back on our objection, we'll call for taxi. Thank you.
Let's check our progress over here.
692, wind 270 at 5, runway 24, please take off.
Alright, here we go. Should be coming up in New York Center soon.
There's not a soul there with you, Mr. Ray.
Yeah. this is the descent point here at Oyeye, and there's LaGuardia, straight in approach. Actually, we're gonna be with DC Center for a while. Changeover is not until we get close to New York, like really close. That's the changeover right there. Yeah. Close to Philly, we'll get a changeover. Alright, but we're making good progress. And I already have charts are up already for the descent and landing into New York. We're doing the Curry 4 arrival, runway 22. And I should be checking the ATIS here shortly. Alright, so there's our descent. There's our ILS. It's going to be 110.5224. And the minimums is 212. 110.5224, 212. $10.5 in the box. Alright, here we go. 212. It's frequency. And then, minimums I said was going to be all the way down to 212. Good. We're gonna do it's LaGuardia. It's gonna be a short runway, I think, in LaGuardia. Yeah. Landing altitude is 12 feet basically. It's runway 22 right here. 7,000 foot runway. Elevation is 12. So let's do flat 40. 141.
Do 13,000 to 14,000.
Southwest 1123, Washington Center.
Okay. So 146 for landing. That's set.
What's down to 330 now, 1123.
And let's set our land altitude. 50 feet. Alright, I think the New York scenery is loading in because the frames are taking a tank right now. That's better.
Washington Center, Chatter 2336, prior for clearance here in Millville.
2206, Washington Center, clearance request number 1, stand by.
Washington National.
Can't see nothing on that side of the airplane.
American 1351, Washington Center, request number 2, stand by.
Sierra LaGuardia ATIS. Yeah, 12705.
PC number
B7, excuse me, Cessna 176 Charlie Mike, Alpha 5 clearance, GeoClear 12.
See if we can pick up the weather.
And where are you, sir?
Alright, let me turn off the music, concentrate on what we gotta do here.
6 Charlie Mike, contact New York Center, 125.32, Washington does not cover Philly, sir.
Alright.
Contact New York Center at what frequency?
It is Juliet.
125.32, sir. Have a good evening. 1, 2.
Lock Garcia Airport Agent Information Juliet.
2206.
Please go schedule. Web variable and check. Visibility settings.
Air 2206, you're cleared to Hartford International Airport. As miles, trying to maintain 5,000 set at
230,000 gross. Temperature when set. 2.12. Altimeter 2.9. ILS runway 22 approach in use. Tip runway 13. Notice to end.
Okay. Let's turn it off. Alright, I got the ATIS and I got all the information that I need from the ATIS. It's going to be 29er79er. And broken 6,000, 7 mile visibility. So it's 29er79. Our altimeter 29er79. And we got runway 22, so
time now is 04.
we're good to go.
00 Zulu. Stage advisory approved. Report to 1.
Alto advisory 01, 11 pass. Sorry for the clearance and double contact DA-15 after. Shadow police to this.
Alright, so yeah, so we're set up for runway 22 already. 29er79. We got the ILS frequency in the course, and we got the landing gear at flat 4141 we're landing at. So we're going to be good. We're all set up for the descent and landing. We can do a recall check. Nothing on the recall. We are good. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize recall light up behind the buttons too. That's beautiful.
You copy, sir.
Beautiful. We should be getting descent instructions pretty soon. And what's New York Center? New York Center is on New York approach, New York Center 12532. Let's put that in.
American 1351, you're clear to LaGuardia Airport. The Dr. 3 departure, Aguilar transition, then it's miles. On to maintain 5,000.
Alright, so we got New York in. And there's also New York approach and LaGuardia Tower and ATIS, something like that. We're good. Good to go.
One, we are cleared to LaGuardia lead Dr. Departure Aguilar transition and it's maintain 5,000 with 7010 departure. First frequency will be with you and will respond to 0574.
American 1351, reback correct, listen search and crescent surf, call for taxi, federal only 1 minute for departure. The Washington altimeter center.
Oh, almost forgot to set the auto brake. We're gonna make it auto brake 2, and that's gonna take us to the end of the runway because it's a short runway. We'll see if it can work.
Washington Center, good evening, Delta 3159, Whiskey, flight level 3380.
And fuel on board is good, so we are all set. Alright, so we're just waiting descent instructions now, and start descending to New York. Is that traffic ahead of us coming up?
340.
JetBlue 1889, Washington Center, to Eastern Circle on the board. Break United 2807. Descend via the 44 arrival. The Philadelphia altimeter 2980.
Descend via the core for arrival, Philadelphia altimeter 2980, United 2806. Alright, so we get descent instructions on the Curry 4. We're going to bring it down to 190, and the LNAV and VNAV will take care of it for us.
Delta 2568, Washington Center, to Eastern Circle 0557. That's 0557.
Hey, 0557 on this.
Yeah, we do have some traffic right here.
Washington, American 1, flight
5,500 below.
Passing Dwight.
Climbing. Okay, watch it.
American 1, Washington Center, good evening, sir. 0573.
0573.
Washington, American 18, your first request number 1, goodbye.
Washington Center, American 73 Heavy, flight level 330, 40 miles southeast.
Multiple aircraft, you got one at a time, please.
There's 448, good evening.
Delta P8, where are you, sir?
Alright, coming up on top of descent, top of drop, as we're going to start to head down here.
Delta 448, Washington Center, good evening, sir, welcome aboard.
Washington 73.
Multiple aircraft. Say again, please. At a time.
Washington Center, American 73 Heavy, flight level 330, 40 miles.
Alright, so recalls checked, land altitude set, approach briefing set, landing speed set, auto brake set. Alright,
American
good to go.
732, Washington Center.
And here comes our slow down for the descent, which is good. And we're just going to monitor the instruments all the way down.
In the box, American 732 Heavy engine.
Delta 28, radar contact 26 miles to the southwest of the Danville BOR at level 330, no readback required brake. American 1.
Here we
go. Radar contact, the 32
You can see we are descending, seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the maiden flight.
Radar contact,
On behalf of the
to
flight crew, we
southwest of
appreciate you being with us today.
direction
Wish you a
Wilmington
very
BOR
safe
at
and
level
pleasant journey to
330,
your final
welcome
destination.
aboard.
Hope to see you
No
back here
readback
with us
required.
soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Washington Center, Delta 1963.
We are descending
ready for taxi.
into New York.
Delta
And the
19
frames are
runway
tanking.
16, taxi to Alpha.
That's New York scenery at night for you.
What's your fee Alpha, Delta 1963?
Here we go. Let's bring out the speed brakes here. Give some drag. Good to go. Need a little bit of floodlight for
Washington Center, Southwest 1120 west of Beckton, level 370.
for the lower panel here. Is there a light for that? Not sure if there is. Center panel here. It should be on here. Just can't see it.
Go ahead.
New York Center 125.32, good night.
New York, Southwest 1120.
Here we go. Panel brightness. Panel flood just a little bit. Perfect. Alright. It was here somewhere. Now I can see it. Awesome. Alright, so we have the traffic ahead of us. I guess it's landing in New York. We got two traffic. We got one off to our left. He's fine. And one ahead. That's fine also.
Number 883 Delta, Washington Center.
Yeah, this is why I don't do night flights on the stream a lot, because there's not much you can see outside. But I figure, you know what, we'll see what the New York scenery looks like at night, getting in here.
883 Lima Delta.
Another time we'll do a daylight landing in New York too. Hopefully the clouds don't affect what we look at going in. Hopefully it doesn't.
Takeoff on departure, flight line heading. Squawk with Charlie, please. American 815, runway 30, taxi via Zulu Yankee 11, squawk with Charlie.
Alright, bring us down to 13,000. And let the VNAV manage the descent for us.
Washington Center, Chowder 2206.
Because we can't see
south
anything
around,
outside now.
800, climbing for 5,000, direct to your right.
No, sir.
Chowder 2206, on it, please.
And we are on speed and on profile. That's good. Got over here. Is that an airport? Can't tell.
Chowder 2206, radar contact, 24 miles to the west of Atlantic City, VOR. Multiple board search, probably maintain 15,000 feet on course.
Direct, on course actually, yeah, then 15,000, 15,000, Chowder 2206.
Looks like New York is busy airspace tonight. A lot of us going in here. We should get New York Center coming up soon, and then New York Approach after that.
Southwest 1811, Washington Center, radar contact 37 miles to the west of the Lewisburg VOR, 370.
That's a big number.
Alright, let me dim these a little bit more.
I know.
That's better. Did I get rid of the yoke? How did I do that?
Washington Delta 2387.
No, we don't need it anyway.
320.
I think I got rid of the yoke. I don't know how I did that though. It's crazy.
Delta 2287, Washington Center, good evening. Welcome aboard. Delta 1963, the wind 1506, runway 16, clear to take off.
Hey. Okay, clear for takeoff 16, flat runway heading, something like
Center American 1351, ready to taxi runway 19.
American 1351, runway 19, taxi via Juliet, cross runway 15.
Juliet cross 15, American 1351.
Delta 2287, radar correction, radar contact lost.
What city is that in front of us? Wow. It's nice. That is nice looking. Not sure what city that is though. That's how X-Plane should look at night everywhere when you're flying over a major city. I like that look right there. Alright, let's see where we are. 10,000 at
Yeah,
Corey.
2806, contact New York Center, 125.32, good night.
125.32, good night. United 2806, thank you.
New York Center, Delta 627 is with you at 11,000.
Standard altitude.
Delta 627, New York Center, proceed direct Maritime, maintain 17,000.
Direct Merit up to 17,000, up to the 2.
And good evening, New York Center. United 2806, descending by the Curry for arrival, 17,000.
United 2806, cross Corey at maintain 10,000, look altimeter, 82.
Cross Corriette, maintain 10,000, 2982 altimeter, United 2806. Alright, 2982, let's change that. There we go.
Cessna 6 Charlie.
Not sure what scenery this is, but it's showing really nice. I like how it looks.
240 X7, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
I gotta check this out.
Clear
Let's
for
see.
takeoff, runway
Airport.
heading, Cessna 6 runway.
Where are we? It's coming up on KPNE. Kitten. That looks really nice though, gotta say. Wow. That is beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That's how X-Plane scenery should look at night. New York approach 12812. Wow, that's pretty. That is pretty. Whatever that is.
United 2806, contact approach 128.12.
Over to approach 12812. Good day. 12812.
November 671, runway 27.
Millville, Muni, wind calm. Visibility more than
42,
10.
the heading to join 19019.
Temperature 22. Dew point minus
190 for the ILS.
Altimeter 2977.
New York approach, United 2806, ascending invited curve for arrival, 12,300 with weather.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 22. Dew point minus 17.
Hey, 12,
Altimeter 2977.
Good evening. The altimeter 2979er. I guess the wind variable at 6 along runway 4.
I'll take runway 4, 2979 on the winds, United 2806.
Wind light and variable. Visibility.
And now we verified for runway 4, United 2806.
1,000 to go.
806, sorry. Yes, runway 4, and descend and maintain M0, 10,000.
10,000, runway 4, United 2806, thank you. Alright, we're going to change runway real quick. We're going to be doing runway 4. Execute that. Go to init page. We're going to be 110.5045. 110.5. There we go. And 045. So quick runway change, and we're going out to 10,000. There we go. Alright, we're at 10,000. Let's bring it back to 250 knots on the speeds. Yeah, we're at 250. Perfect. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous.
JetBlue 788 Bravo, maintain 4,000 discretion.
Maintain 4,000 discretion. JetBlue 788 Bravo.
About 1942, the LaGuardia wind now 0105 18 runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22 Delta 1942, thank you.
I guess that's what it looks like coming into the city now. Is this new for X-Plane? Perhaps. I've never seen it like this. This is gorgeous. I like that. Yeah, you're right. I was near Philadelphia. But I like that view right there. That is beautiful.
Harry 06, descend and maintain 7,000.
7,000 United 2806. Alright, down to 7,000. And vertical speed it. Let's do 1,500 feet a minute. That's good. And with runway 4, just going to be a straight in approach. Straight into New York City. And we're below 10, so let's get some lights on. Come on. There we go. That's what I want to see. Lights are on. Perfect. And let's go continuous. Let's ding the cabin. And let's bring on our fast seatbelt sign, which we forgot to bring on. Let's bring on our wing lights.
Until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Awesome. Nice.
JetBlue 78 Bravo, turn left heading 360, descend and maintain 3000.
Whatever that scenery is, man. I think I like it. I like the way that looks. Alright, and we need to slow this down to make it 210. Alright, so we're at 7,000. Speed's coming back to 210 knots. And I think that's Manhattan over here. Ah, can't zoom because of X-Enviro. Manhattan is off to my left. I can barely see it coming in now. What's up, Basti? Welcome aboard, man. Oh, welcome back, I should say.
New York approach Delta 1942 has vacated due to left barrel.
Well, 19-2, welcome to LaGuardia. Taxi to the ramp, have a good night.
Riding taxi there, ramp, thanks to the ATC. Man, that was some crazy weather on approach.
Yeah, it looks like it was rolling through right now. Actually, Delta 1940, out, braking action report.
What was that?
Delta 1940, how is the action on this point?
Oh, it's terrible. At auto break 3, and I mean, I should have went max. Even if I did go max, I probably
got clouds coming in.
I barely
Let's
made
do
it.
auto break 3. Delta is complaining about the landing.
1942, right.
Whoa,
Thanks.
turbulence, look at that.
And 2806, reduce speed to 180, then descend maintain 2,700.
180 knots, 2,700, Delta
My brakes are
2806.
probably hot there right now.
180, 2,700.
788, turn left heading 250.
2,700.
And I heard someone try to call in and they got cut off. Go ahead.
My apologies. That New York approach, that was Delta 1942.
Alright,
Alright. 1,000 feet a minute should do it.
And 2806, going 737 on the opposite direction. He reported braking action at for about 5 minutes ago.
I heard the action report. I did set my auto brake to max too. Thank you.
Alright.
Let's slow it down here to 180 knots. Alright, I gotta pay attention to this. This is gonna be a dicey landing.
JetBlue 788, you're 9 miles from
Are you serious? You erased all your ortho scenery? There's gotta be a way to recover that. Seriously. Has to be. Alright, let's set up the localizer. It's off to my left here. I hope you're kidding, Basti. Alright, so we got Newark Airport over here. That's Newark to my left. And we got the city over here. Can hardly see the city. Alright, we're 21 miles out. We're below the glide, which is good. We're descending. And we're going to be picking up the localizer here. And here is the Verrazano Bridge. Right there in New York. That's sweet. And here's the city behind the Verrazano Bridge. That's... Can't zoom because it's stupid X-Enviro. It brings that haze in over everything. Damn it. Forgive me, guys. Sorry. Ah, it's turbulent. It's very bumpy. Look at that. Oh, crap. Alright, I'm on the VRR loc. I'm going to hit the approach mode. And I see runway lights, but it is bumpy and crazy.
Yeah, 20, your correction, 20.066 miles from green, cleared out runway 4.
Clear for Alice, runway 4, United 2806. Alright, let's set my runway altitude 045. Here's a better view for you guys. Manhattan over here, Lower Manhattan, Verrazano Bridge, and there's the runway right here, but it is bumpy. Alright, we are 16 miles out from the runway. And we are... Let me stop the descent at 3,000 so you can pick up the ILS. Let's do that.
Yeah, 2806. The LaGuardia wind now 0105, gust 18 from 4 clear.
Runway 4 clear to line, United 2806. Alright.
JetBlue 788 Bravo, the Kennedy wind 210 at 4, run 22 left, clear.
Oh boy. It's not gonna be good. Alright. Let's bring on all the lights. This turbulence is bad. I'm trying to show you guys New York City, but I'm gonna break this plane just with this turbulence.
And we'll be coming around to collect these items. Please make sure all carry-on items have been securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. As a reminder, please make sure your
there's Manhattan off to my left there. I should be on the ILS here.
To help you get ready for landing. You may continue to use your small
10 miles out. I'm going to keep my speed up until about 5 miles out. But this turbulence is bad.
As a reminder, carry-on items should be securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment.
New York approach, good evening, Jet 418, we have Bravo requesting
traffic.
JetBlue 48 New York departure, good evening. Runway 23 right, taxi via Bravo, Echo.
Go flat 5.
Right, Charlie.
And reduce the speed
Roger,
to
runway
149.
Bravo, Echo, cross 31 right.
We're landing
Correction,
flat full.
that's perfect. I don't
and
think
bring
we
the
have
gear
to
down.
2500.
2 right. Cross 31 right. Yeah, Bravo, Echo, Charlie.
There's Manhattan.
JetBlue 418.
Alright, let's pay attention to landing this airplane. But that's Midtown Manhattan, right here. Lower Manhattan. Oh. I can't help it, I gotta look at it. That is gorgeous. Screenshot. Watch me screw up this landing. Okay, where are we? Are we at landing ref? We're doing flat 40, gear down, 3 greens, speed brakes, arm. Cabin has been notified. Let's land this bird. Okay, sorry for looking around.
Good evening,
So 213, departure good evening, clear to Boston Logan Airport, Kennedy for departure, vector Merritt, Roebuck 2 arrive line, 5000, level 21010 after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 1555, 55.
55
I'll take over at 500 feet.
5,000.
Let me do auto brake max. This runway is very notorious.
Level 213, read back Bravo's current call.
1,000 feet's checked. It is still bumpy. Got 11, 12 knot variable wind coming in here. Alright, let me take over. Auto brake off. My airplane. Just gotta watch the speed. Alright.
500. 400. 300.
Minimum. The car is coming over. Speed's good on center line. Just get it down.
100.
Yep.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh, long landing. Reverses out, speed brakes set to max. Awesome. Manual braking. Oh, this worked out good. Perfect. Mac brakes worked. And let's just roll it out and get off here. Nice. Alright. I had to do auto brake max for this thing to slow down because I ran off the end of the floor.
2806, welcome to LaGuardia, exit to the right, tack up.
Exit to the right, tax to the gate. Auto brake max did work. Thank you very much for your services, United 2806. Perfect.
JetBlue 788 Bravo. Continue on Juliet.
Alright.
Hold short of 22 right.
Let's just start the APU. 3, I can come on. Turn off the runway turn off lights. And just leave the taxi lights to bright, which is set to. Windshield heat can come off, Peter heat can come off, that's good. And let's bring up the flaps. Awesome. We are good to go. That worked out well.
Your departure, JetBlue 418, I think we missed the turn. We're still on Echo, actually we're approaching what looks like to be still on Echo, approaching right. JetBlue 418, runway 22 right, fly running, clear takeoff, the
right
Kennedy
here.
104.
And pull over to our gates. Perfect.
Fly runway heading to right, clear for takeoff, JetBlue 418.
let's put it to this gate right over here. And we can turn off the taxi lights. We got APU available. And switch over APU bleed. Good. And spring it in. Nice and slow.
Here, Coach, good evening. Atlantic 1225 on the ground jet bay, looking for IFR to holding.
All right, nice. Arm that. Engine 1 can come off. Engine 2 can come off.
Near departure, good evening.
Anti-collision.
Clear to the Albany Airport. Radar Bridgeport then is filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level. Or correction. Expect 11.
There we go, guys.
Departure.
Welcome.
Departure on this frequency. Clock 1560 1560. Flight to holding the file, maintain 5,000, expect 11,000.
Thanks, Black Knight. Yep, I managed to work that landing out, man. I appreciate it. Mike, you can always rewind the sim, rewind YouTube and get the landing. Definitely, you can.
Information Charlie, current call tag.
Wow. Alright, let's turn on the overhead lights here. There we go. To right.
JetBlue 788 Bravo, cross runway 2 right. Right on Bravo, taxi to the ramp.
Alright, since this is our last flight for the night, we can turn off the fuel pumps. Turn off the yaw damper. Turn off the electrical pumps. And bleed is on for now. Turn off the wing lights. And what else? We are good. We are good to go.
Vehicle approach JetBlue 418, passing 1,500.
And get this passengers off.
Radar contact, turning 060, maintain.